Allô tout le monde, bienvenue sur la chaîne. Je vais exposer aider en parler créole de la beauté et du contentement en Haïti. Ok, so, mettez là, on a parlé sur un sujet, sur un morceau journal qui était écrit in the New York Times. Et mettez le lien en bas boîte de description pour tout le lire article ça, c'est un les nouvelles ça au cas où pour quand tout. Mais on doit parler sur contexte que mon a été écrit de New York Times et on doit me dire ça me penser des articles ça et ça qui motive, qui fait recruter bagay ça et da remédier deux trois mots que ça me pensait des NGOs in Haiti. So I have a notebook that I took some notes. So I'll be looking at this. So I'll be looking down just to make sure that I'm in check with my notes and what I need to say. Okay, so right after the earthquake, safe housing is a dream for many. Okay, and this was published in the New York Times. So I'll link I'll put the link in the description. It's unfortunate that's happening, that people from other countries who knows nothing about our culture, who knows nothing about our language, who knows nothing about the country at all, about our history, about nothing, the values, the norm, and still yet they have the decency to go there and create division, create hate, create envy, create whatever distraction, whatever gap, whatever hole, whatever bridge they want to create. That shows a lack of government control, a lack of government responsibility. And when I say government, I'm not criticizing anything. Well, I can criticize if I want to, but I don't know whom to criticize. So to me, saying the word government, it's really broad, and I'm not fingerprinting at anyone. I'm just saying government because it's such a general term. It's such a broad term, you know. So anyway, that's all I have to say because I know the Haitian people, they don't have a voice. They don't have a voice. They don't have a way to project, to advocate for themselves, to be represented. And it's really sad when you have a sovereign country and the people, they don't have a way to defend themselves, they don't have a way to speak for themselves. The mass is just misrepresented, underrepresented, not represented at all for all I know. And for this article, it printed out of how the aid agencies, they go there, and even after 2 years plus, almost 3 years since the earthquake, the people who were hurt are still struggling. They still don't have housing. They still don't have adequate water. They still don't have latrine. They still don't have proper health care. They don't have anything. Nothing has changed. Nothing has ameliorated the people's lives. It's just, they're just living, seeing the rubble, seeing everything, seeing people, their kids, their parents, their neighbors still under the rubble that they cannot afford. They do not have the means to dig them out. They do not have the means to clean the place, to start reconstruction. It is very innovative, immobile. The people are just immobile. They cannot do anything. They cannot move around. I mean, they are free to move, but with the rubble, they cannot start construction. They cannot start rebuilding their homes. They cannot get their loved ones to do a proper burial. And they know that those people are under the rubble. And so this article was just saying of all the exorbitant amount of money that was raised and how much money the World Bank, it was a rough estimation, but all the money that the World Bank has and donations that were given and the aid agencies that are there, the NGOs, those people are giving themselves raise. They just pick, you know, they'll go somewhere and there is a family, for instance, where they have 12 members in the family. And this agency has the audacity, has the decency to separate the people and took one person from the 12 and gave them a little house, and which is not really a house, because when it rains they do not even have protection. The slightest rain, the slightest wind, they are impacted, they are affected by it. And then so they took that man and they gave him these few things, and the rest of the family have nothing. What is that? They are creating division, and the people, they do not have the understanding, they do not have the thinking capacity to say, you know, we don't need this, we can get up and do this, we can create communities. I think people are not exchanging ideas enough. People are not trying to come together and work as one. I mean, they do, but it's not at a level where it's making a substantial difference. The people could win drastically if they were to just say, you know, we're not going to sit around and wait for somebody to come save us. We're not going to wait around for somebody to come build us a house. If people were to go get land, start farming trees, it takes a while, but it's been almost 3 years. I'm sure greater progress would have been made already. Greater progress than what Clinton talks about. Greater progress than what Hillary Clinton has given the Haitian people, where the earthquake did not strike. It's outraging, and it's dishonesty, it's corruption. But who can get to the bottom of it? How can we get to the bottom of it as Haitian people? How can we advocate for the people in Haiti, for the people who lack access to the internet? I said lack, just, you know, who have no access to the internet, who have no access to telephones, who have no access to representatives to speak to voice what's happening, what they are seeing, their struggles. And I think, you know, we would really let the entire country down if we fail to advocate for those people, if we continue to let the New York Times, the Washington Post, NPR, MSNBC, CNN, if we will fail the people, we will fail the children, we will fail the victims of the earthquake and all else that has happened to Haitians. If we fail to advocate, if we fail to spread the news, if we fail to educate the Haitian people of the change that they can bring, all with their own hard work. Because I know what Haitians do. They sit around and they think, oh, Clinton is going to come save us. Hillary Clinton is going to save us. Somebody's going to come build us home. It's not like that. It's not like that. Those aids, they don't bring roots. They grow, but they don't grow from the roots. They're not sustainable. They're not strong. And they're not meant to last a lifetime. They're not meant to serve you and still serve your children and your grandchildren and your great-great-grandchildren. It's not meant for that. But if we get up, if we spread the word, if we go to Haiti and educate the people, educate the young people, be a role model to them, then we're going to start springing roots. And when you do that, no matter what happens, no matter what the magnitude of the earthquake is, no matter how many homes it can ravage, no matter how many hurricanes come and go year after year, it will not be shaken. The trees will fall. The what is it called? You know, the houses might crumble, but the roots will never be taken off. The roots will never, never, never be shaken. And that's why these NGOs, they don't mean a thing to us. They don't mean a thing. They're not going to do a thing for us. And I think it's very, very lacking that they are still in the country. They are still running their BS. They are still running their corruption. They are still running their falsehood, saying we're helping Haitian people. We don't need sympathy anymore. We know Haiti is not poor. We are education poor. We are knowledge poor. We are innovative poor. We are innovatively poor, but we are not minerals poor. We are not resources poor. We are not.